Alright, welcome back. In the last video, we talked about triangle congruence by side, SSS. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about triangle congruence by SAS. That's side, angle, and side, okay? Now, let me explain this, okay? Now, if you have two triangles, and let's say that this side, DE, right, is congruent to this side over here, CA, and let's say that the angle E, or angle DEF, right, this angle over here, is congruent to angle A or angle CAV. And also we're saying that FE is congruent to side BA. Then what we got over here is two triangles that are congruent by side, angle, side. Side, angle, side. So triangle DFE is congruent to triangle CBA by side, angle, side. Now be careful with this one, okay? Because the position of the angle matters, okay? The angle has to be in between the two sides. It has to be included. So basically we're saying that side, angle, side means that the angle A has to be between the two angles. Like for example, if you have a triangle like this one, you got these two sides over here. Well, the angle is gonna be this angle here, right? Has to be that one right there. So that's good. But if you have something like this, and you have this angle here, and this angle here, well, that one is not side, angle, side. That one is basically SSA. So this is side, angle, side. This one is not. This one is side, side, angle. Or ASS, right? So that is not right. The angle has to be between the sides, included. It's called the included angle, all right? So now let's take a look at an example so we understand the side, angle, side. And just like the previous, video about side, 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 we're gonna have the statements, we're gonna have the reasons. Let's go over it. We got given AD is congruent to BC. So we know that AD is congruent to BC, right? We know that angle ADC, so we're talking about this angle, is congruent to angle BCD. It's congruent to this angle here, right? They want you to prove that triangle ADC is congruent to triangle BCD. Now, when you have two triangles like this together, right, it's gonna be difficult to see, hey, what is the angle, what is the side? So probably the best way you can do this is by dissect the picture, separate the triangles, okay? So I'm gonna separate them over here so we can see it better. So let me separate this triangle here. That will be the A, D, and C. Let me separate this one over here like that, and that will be B, C, D. So now it's better for me to see what's going on. Also, let's write down the given information. AD, that one is equal or congruent to BC. We know that this angle here, ADC, is congruent to angle BCD, right? So now that will be a better picture for me to see, right there. So let me move it up a little bit so we can work it out. Now, let's go and write down the reasons. Again, the first thing you should be writing always is the given information. So AD is congruent to BC. AD BC, we got it right here and right there. That is given. Angle ADC, ADC is congruent to BCD, so this angle and that angle. So we're looking at this one and that one. And also in the original picture will be this one and that one right there. And that's also given, okay? It's given in the picture here and it's given here. They're giving you that information there. Now, DC equal to DC. DC equal to DC. So this is equal to each other, right? Well, if you guys remember from the previous video when two triangles are sharing a side of an angle, okay, the property is gonna be basically the reflexive property. So let me write down over here, reflexive property. So I'm gonna abbreviate it, reflex property. All right? And then the last one, the last statement is gonna be what you're trying to prove, right? And I think I have all the information already. If you guys look at it, we got side, we got the angle, and we got the side. And the angle is included, right? It's in between the two sides. The same thing here, side, angle, and side. Side, angle, side. Side, angle, side. Side, angle, side, side, angle, side. So the last statement will be the proof, right? What you're trying to prove. Triangle ADC is congruent to triangle BCD. Why? Because of side, angle, side. Right? Very simple. All is about logic and common sense. So let's go and take a look at another example. So let's move it to a different place here. Let's take a look at that one. It says given, right? EF is congruent to FG. So I already marked it down here so you guys can see it. Well, this is the same thing as that one. And DF, that's the mark right here, is congruent to FH right here. Proof that triangle DFE, this triangle, is congruent to triangle HFG. Okay? Pause the video, see how far you go. Okay? All right. I hope you guys were able to, finish it, or at least get some statement and reasons there. And let's go over it. EF, okay, congruent to FG. Well, that is given. You see the picture, you see right there. So given. In this case, I'm giving you the reason given, right? You're gonna give me the statement. And what is the other thing that's given? Oh, that one right there, right? That's the other information there. So DF is congruent to FH. Now, what about this one over here? DFE is congruent to HFG. So they're looking at this over here. This angle here is congruent to that angle. Well, you should know that one from previous chapters, okay? You guys remember when you have two lines, right, crossing each other, the opposite angles are congruent to each other. It's called vertical angles. Vertical angles, right? And also this one over here with that one right there. So the reason for angle DFE to be congruent to angle HFG is because of vertical angles are congruent. Vertical angles are congruent. That's the reason. Vertical angles. And if you guys notice, you're almost done. You got basically, and right over here, side, angle, side, and the angle is included between the two sides, right? And over here, the same thing, side, angle, side. So I can write down the final statement here and the final reason. So triangle DFE is congruent to triangle HFG. Why? Because of the postulate side, angle, side. Okay? And that's basically the lesson. Please don't forget to do your assignments. Okay?